this is a slushy machine. It's pretty cool. But you may be wondering what makes this slushy machine any better or different from any other slushy machine. Fortunately, I've actually tried out quite a few slushy machines, and there are some differences, though they're pretty subtle. But I will go over what makes this different from other slushy machines so you can know if this is right for you. Now, this unit was sent to me so I could test it out and make this video. And for the most part, it does work just like any other slushy machine. It has a cylinder in the middle, gets really cold, and then it has a plastic thing that rotates. That's how you get your slush or slushy. So now when I go to friends or family for dinner or events, I am the slushy guy. I always take the slushy machine with me because this is so much fun. Everywhere I go, people just line up to get a slushy. It's such a cool thing to have one of these in your home. I've tried out just about everything you can try to make with this, and it works really well. I've done juice from concentrate. I've done sugar-free juice where I've added sugar. I've done soda, and I've done soft serve ice cream, or tried to, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. But first, let's go over what makes this slushy machine different from other slushy machines. Perhaps the main difference is this reservoir, or this container where you put your liquid. It's 85 ounces, so this is actually bigger than any other slushy machine I've tried. And the obvious advantage to that is you can put more liquid in, so you can have more slushy going, so you just get more slushy at a time. So that's really nice. So the cool thing about that is if you put a 2 liter of soda in, it kind of goes right to the max fill line, maybe a little bit above, but I've tried it out, works just fine. With other slushy machines that I've used, if you get a 2 liter, you kind of fill it up most of the way, and then you have maybe about a fourth of the soda left over in the bottle, and you kind of have to pour it in later after people have taken some slushy. So that is a really nice thing with this one. Just dump in the whole 2 liter. That being said, in some instances, this being large may not be an advantage. And the reason for that is you can kind of see a gap here from the end of the reservoir to the end of the cylinder. If you don't have a lot of liquid, it's going to be kind of harder to mix because it's not touching as much of the cylinder. But honestly, for almost every occasion, having the larger reservoir is really nice. The other kind of significant difference with this one is this nozzle here. It is also bigger than any other slushy machines I've tried, and the advantage for that is when you pull the lever, the slushy actually comes out a lot faster. Now, I've tried other slushy machines where you get the slushy at a hard consistency. It actually takes a while for it to come down. With this larger nozzle, it comes out a lot faster, just a lot easier in general to use. Again, there could be a drawback with this larger nozzle. When I make slushies and not everyone drinks it, I usually try to save the rest of the juice. I'll put it in a bottle. I tried that with this large nozzle, but the nozzle wouldn't fit inside the nozzle. I kind of made a mess. I ended up having to use a funnel. Not a big deal, but something to be aware of. If you don't use up all of the slushy and you want to save the juice, you will need a funnel. Put it in some kind of container, because you can see the spout here is really quite large. The last thing that is different with this slushy machine is just the interface. I think it looks gorgeous. It has nice little buttons. It makes it very clear what is going on for your presets. I will say though, it has kind of a small snowflake and a large snowflake. It wasn't very obvious to me what that meant. Is large snowflake, is that colder or not as cold? But in case you're wondering, larger snowflake is definitely colder. I tried to make grape juice from concentrate, and I did it on the preset for frozen juice, and it just never froze. I thought it was on the coldest setting, and so I was really confused. Why is this not freezing? Turns out it only had 1 bar in the small snowflake. All I had to do was press the large snowflake a few more times for it to work. So I was kind of confused with the interface, and honestly, I think it could be a little bit better. One thing I've seen on other slushy machines is when you press the plus or minus button, which I like more than large or small snowflake, but it actually shows you the temperature it's trying to achieve when you get there. With this machine, it just shows you the current temperature. That is all. So I think it could improve there. But a nice thing about this slushy machine is it does give you kind of beeps or notifications if it's a low sugar content, and a few other things where it's nice to have a notification. Overall, for juice, this is amazing. For fake juice with sugar in it, love this as well. Pouring in a soda, there's no slushy machine that's easier than this. You just pour in the whole 2 liter, wait, good to go. I did this side by side with another slushy machine. This one fan was significantly faster. So there's another positive with this slushie machine, is it does work really quite fast. And with all the slushie machines I've tried, I still can't figure out a good way to do soft serve ice cream. My best theory is that the plastic agitator thing, it somehow puts too much air in it, so it's always really airy, never really gets cold enough or creamy enough. One of these days I will figure it out, but as is, it's still good to eat, and this is a really nice slushie machine. If you want to make your kids happy this summer, you gotta get one of these. So much fun.